What's good, family? This is Ryan Jackson from Ryan Jackson LLC. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you're having a blessed, wonderful day. I just want to take a few minutes. I meant to do this video last week, but I didn't have a chance to. I wanted to do it the day that Pete Rose passed away, which was last Monday, Monday of last week, but I didn't get a chance to. But I would be remiss if I didn't do this video because I was a fan of Charlie Hustle. That's Pete Rose's nickname for y'all youngers out there, aka Pete Rose, aka Charlie Hustle. Was a fan of the way he played the game of baseball. As a baseball fan coming up, I'm still a baseball fan. As a matter of fact, I got the Mets Phillies game three on right now while I'm doing this video. The Phillies, ironically, was one of Pete Rose's teams that he played for. We know he was a legend with the Cincinnati Reds. He played with them on two stints. He played with the Phillies for, I believe it was 5 seasons. Yeah, 5 seasons, 79 through 1980. Yeah, I mean, sorry, 1980, 79 and 1983. Uh, won the World Series with them in 1980. Went to another World Series in 83, but they lost to the Baltimore Orioles. But he played in Philly. Steve Carlson and Mike Schmidt, great teams. The Philly teams are the Philadelphia Philly teams of the early '80s. But the man deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He passed away at the age of 84 last week. We know he bet on baseball. He bet on his own team while he was manager of the Cincinnati Reds, which was just that was dumb to do. I mean, if you're gonna bet on other sports, bet on basketball, football, horse racing, boxing, but to bet on your own team, I mean, come on. It was dumb, but the man made a mistake. The man paid a price for it because Commissioner um, A. Bartlett Giamatti, back in 1989, he was the commissioner of baseball. A. Bartlett Giamatti, Bart Giamatti. He banned Pete Rose. Um, he banned him. He gave him a lifetime ban. Well, I think it was Faye Vincent, but Bart Giamatti did ban him. Well, about less than a month after he banned him, Bart Giamatti dropped dead in his bathroom of a massive heart attack. That's right, a week later. He dropped dead from a massive heart attack in his bathroom. I believe he was 50 or 51 years old. A week after banning Pete Rose. Yep, and Paul Giamatti, the actor Paul Giamatti, that's Bart Giamatti's son. That's correct. Thank you, brother. Thought some dude who gambled. I think somebody did rat him out, but I know Pete Rose, he denied it, but then he admitted it. And so, but that was pretty much the straw that broke the camel's back right there. But the man, let me just go over his highlights. 17-time All-Star. Did y'all hear what I said? 17-time All-Star, Mr. Pete Rose, aka Charlie Hustle. Three-time World Series, Lord have mercy. Three-time World Series champion. Three-time World Series champion. 1975, 1976, 1980. I mentioned that 1980 Phillies a couple of minutes ago. 1980 Phillies, they beat Kansas City. The 75 and 76 Cincinnati Reds, that was the big red machine. The big red machine. 75 and 76. Tony Perez, Pete Rose, Johnny Bench. They were managed by the late, great Sparky Anderson, who went on to manage my Detroit Tigers and lead us to the 1984 World Series. A win, that is. World Series MVP, I'm sorry, National League MVP in 1973. World Series MVP in 1975, NL Rookie of the Year 1963, two-time Gold Glove Award winner 1969-1970, Silver Slugger Award winner 1981, Roberto Clemente Award winner in 1976, three-time National League batting champion in 1968, 69, and 73. Cincinnati Reds retired number 14. Retired. He's in the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame, which is where he should be. Need to be in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. He's on the Major League Baseball All-Century team. His records: 4,256 hits. I don't think you heard me. 4,256 in career hits. 4,256 hits. No one will ever break that record. I don't believe so. 3,215 career singles. 3,562 career games played. 14,053 career at-bats. 15,890 career plate appearances. He was a switch hitter. I just went over this man's highlights. Do the right thing, Major League Baseball, and elect Pete Rose to the Hall of Fame. Do the right damn thing, Major League Baseball, and elect Mr. Pete Rose, aka Charlie Hustle, to the Hall of Fame. Come on. Do the right thing. It's been long enough. It's been 35 years. A. Bartlett Giamatti died a week after banning him. Pete Rose just passed away last week. These men are both gone. Pete Rose is gone. Pete Rose paid his debts to baseball. Elect the man to the Hall of Fame. Do the right thing for his loved ones, his former teammates, his fans. Do the right thing, Major League Baseball, and elect Pete Rose to the Hall of Fame. It's ridiculous. Um, Trying to find out the current commissioner of baseball. Okay, that's what I thought it was. Robert Manfred Jr. Robert D. Manfred Jr., who is the current commissioner of baseball. Thank you, brother. I found it out. Thank you, though. Robert D. Manfred Jr., the current commissioner of Major League Baseball, do the right goddamn thing and elect Pete Rose to the Hall of Fame. Do the right thing and elect this man to the Hall of Fame. It's been 35 years. Some people weren't even born when all this happened. I was 13 years old. Elect Pete Rose to the Hall of Fame. It's long overdue. Shoeless Joe Jackson is another one. The Black Sox scandal. That's right, brother. Do the right thing for his loved ones. It's been 105 years since Shoeless Joe Jackson, the Black Sox scandal, 1919. 105 years. Do the right thing for his descendants. Do the right thing for Pete Rose, his loved ones, his teammates, his fans. Elect this man to the Hall of Fame. I just went over this man's career highlights. It's high time y'all get over this pettiness and elect this man to the Hall of Fame. Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, Roger Clemens, Kurt Schilling, they all should be elected to the Hall of Fame. All of them should be elected to the Hall of Fame. You can't take away their accomplishments. There are people who've done far worse than Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, and Pete Rose. There have been far worse people, and Shoeless Joe Jackson. Joe Jackson, excuse me. There have been people who done far worse than these men have done. There are players in baseball who were members of the KKK, members of the Ku Klux Klan. That's right, a terrorist organization. While playing, they were members and sympathizers of the Ku Klux Klan while playing baseball. There were players who were sympathizers of the Nazis while playing baseball. There were players who were alcoholics, beat their wives, girlfriends. God forbid what they did to children. I shudder to think. But they're in the damn Hall of Fame. If we're going to go on personal behavior of people, then don't have a Hall of Fame in any sport. Get rid of the NBA Hall of Fame, the National Football League Hall of Fame, the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame, the National Hockey League Hall of Fame, NASCAR Hall of Fame, soccer, Major League Soccer Hall of Fame. Get rid of every Hall of Fame in every sport if you're going to go on people's personal behaviors. Don't even have a Hall of Fame because there are a lot of skeletons in these athletes' closets. Lawrence Taylor abused drugs. Lawrence Taylor, he was accused of raping a teenage girl, but he's in the National Football Hall of Fame. Why wouldn't he be? The man was a great football player, was a defensive, was the greatest defensive player ever, in my opinion. They had to change up the offenses had to change their plays because of Lawrence Taylor. They had to change their plays because of this man. That's how great Lawrence Taylor was. LT. And Lord knows what he did in his personal life. Steve Young, they said it was a racist. I've heard that before too. All these players, athletes, they did some despicable things off the field, off the court. They did some despicable things. So should that disqualify them from being uh, elected to being great at their crafts? Michael Jordan was a degenerate gambler. But guess what? He's in the NBA Hall of Fame, and rightfully so. Larry Bird it was reported that Larry Bird made racist comments to black teammates. I've heard that. But guess what? He's in the NBA Hall of Fame. Rick Barry, Golden State Warriors legend, Golden State Warriors legend, the legendary Rick Barry. Rick Barry is an NBA legend, icon, but he is an all-time jerk. And I've heard this from people, from multiple people. He is just an asshole. But guess what? That jerk, that asshole, is in the NBA Hall of Fame. I met Barry Bonds personally twice. The man is a jerk. I cannot stand Barry Bonds. I would not invite him to dinner. I don't care the fact that he is the home run king. Barry Bonds is a jerk, and he don't like black people, and he's a black man. But he deserves to be in the baseball in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. I can't stand Roger Clemens. I hated Roger Clemens when I was a little kid into my adulthood. But he deserves to be in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. Same with Sammy Sosa. Same with Mark McGwire. Josh Gibson is the real home run king. You're damn right. Damn Skippy. And after him is Hank Aaron. Then maybe Barry Bonds. But Barry Bonds is a jerk. He's a jerk. I met him twice. That's another story for another day. But that jerk, that asshole, deserves to be in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. You cannot go on people's personal lives when it comes to how great they did their craft. You cannot do that. We got to get out of that. We got to separate the two. These people are not immortal beings. They're humans. They make mistakes. We should not worship them. Yes, we admire what they do on the baseball diamond, on the football field, on the NBA, on the basketball court, but let's not worship them. They're not immortal beings. They're humans. They make mistakes, have made mistakes, done despicable things, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't be rewarded for how great they were at their crafts. Come on, we got to get out of that. We got to separate the two. Yes, and Satchel Paige is the best pitcher ever in baseball, as far as I'm concerned. That's right, the late great Satchel Paige. Better than Nolan Ryan, better than Roger Clemens, better than my favorite pitcher in my childhood, Doc Gooden. And Doc Gooden was a crackhead. Darryl Strawberry was a crackhead. Lenny Dykstra. The 1986 Mets were not to be idols of little children. I remember the 1986 Mets because they beat the Boston Red Sox, and I was so glad of it. I was 10-year-old. I was a Detroit Tiger fan, but I was a 10-year-old kid in Detroit rooting for the New York Mets because I hated the Boston Red Sox. Back in those days, the Red Sox Yankees were in the same division as the Tigers. So the Red Sox were rivals to my Tigers. We would win a division, they would win our division. This was back in the 80s, before some of y'all were even thought of. So I hated the Red Sox. I was happy when the Mets beat them. I was happy when Mookie Wilson hit that single and it went through Bill Buckner's legs. I was like, yes. But the 1986 Mets, they did some crazy things. There were some cokeheads. Lenny Dykstra, Doc Gooden, Darryl Strawberry. The only one that was a Christian was what's the catcher's name? Gary Carter, the late great Gary Carter. He was the one that was kind of the older statesman. He was the one that was kind of, I guess, if you could say, was the goody two shoes on the team. Rob Darling, great team, the '86 Mets. That was a great team. Oh my God. I think not Brett Saberhagen. Ray Knight. Ray Knight was at third base. Mookie Wilson. Yup. Those '86 Mets. So I say all that to say Pete Rose deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Charlie Hustle. The man did not cheat the game of baseball. He gave it his all. He gave it his all. Put that man in the Hall of Fame. Pete Rose, if he was coming to a home plate and you were a catcher, God help you, because he was going to mow you down. And there's video of that. There's video of him knocking catchers out to score a run. Pete Rose would knock you out to score that run. So God help you if you were a catcher and he was approaching you heading to a home plate. The man gave it his all for 24 seasons, 1963 to 1986. Some of them, and 2 of those years, he was player manager. The man did not cheat the game of baseball. He may have betted on baseball, betted on his own team, which was dumb, but the man didn't cheat the game. He gave it his all. That's why they nicknamed him Charlie Hustle. Elect this man to the Hall of Fame, baseball. Do the right goddamn thing and elect him to the Hall of Fame. The man gave it his all. This is coming from a baseball fan, a fan of Pete Rose. I'm old enough to remember him playing. When I started watching Pete Rose play, he was playing with the Philadelphia Phillies. It was like later the later years of his career, but he was with the Philadelphia Phillies. Then he went to the Montreal Expos for maybe about 5 or 6 months. He didn't stay long in Montreal. He wasn't there a full season. I think half of a season. Then he got traded back to the Cincinnati Reds for a second stint, and that's where he retired in 1986. Elect this man to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Do the right thing, Robert Manfred. Do the right goddamn thing. On that note, I'm gonna hop off of here. I hope I made my point known. Speaking as a baseball fan and a fan of Mr. Pete Rose, aka Charlie Hustle, elect him to the Hall of Fame. It's been long enough. It's this foolishness. It's gone on long enough. 35 years. Bart Giamatti has been gone. He died a week after banning Pete Rose. The man dropped dead of a massive heart attack in his bathroom. Pete Rose just died last week. Do the right goddamn thing, baseball. Okay, on that note, I'm gonna hop off of here. Hope I made my point known. Share this video, share it, share it, share it. Let's have the conversation as baseball fans, as sports fans. Let's have the conversation. We don't have to agree, even on topics such as sports, which I do on occasion on here. We don't have to agree, but let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. And in our disagreements, let's use logic, facts, and respect, not emotion and disrespect. That's all I ask. So support my YouTube channel, support my podcast. It'd be greatly appreciated. Please support your brother, show him some love. I definitely appreciate it, and I don't take it for granted. So please continue it, please. I love y'all immensely. Be safe out here. My family and friends in Florida, again, I know I've said this in my previous videos, but again, be safe, be smart, and be wise. Please be safe. Need anything, I will be reaching out. I'll be reaching out to see if y'all need anything, whatever I could do. Please be safe. They saying this storm is going to be the worst to ever hit Florida. And Florida been hit by some powerful storms. I was in one of them, Hurricane Andrew, which hit Miami back in 1992. Hit South Florida, tore it up. I bear witness to it. Any event, y'all be safe. Please be safe. I love y'all. Take care. All right. Have a good, blessed rest of your day. I'm out. Assalamu alaikum.